Assalamu alaikum. This is lecture number 3. This topic is in the continuation of concept of hazard avoidance. This is the third element of avoiding hazard, which is engineering approach. Fail-safe principle. In this topic, we will discuss the following. Additional principles of engineering design that consider the consequences of component failure within the system. These principles labeled here as fail-safe principles and are identified. Number 1, general fail-safe principle. Number 2, fail-safe principle of redundancy. Number 3, principle of worst case. We will discuss these three one by one. Number 1, general fail-safe principle. System or subsystem generally have two modes, active and inert. The system is complicated one with subsystem built into protect the operator and other in the area in the event of failure within the system. Pulling plug to disconnect the machine might deactivate the safety subsystems so essential to protecting the operator and other in the area. In the case of such a system, disconnecting the power might render the system more unsafe than it was when the power was on. Design engineers need to consider the general fail-safe principle to assure that a failure within the system will result in a safe mode, which is beneficial for the system. The design principle of redundancy has been widely used in the aerospace industry. When systems are so complicated and of such critical importance as a large aircraft or a space vehicle, the function is too important to allow the failure of a tiny component to bring down the entire system. Engineers back up primary systems with standby units. Sometimes dual units can be specified right down at the component level. For extremely critical functions, 3 or 4 backup systems can be specified. This principle is really a recognition of Murphy law. Murphy law states that if anything can go wrong, it will. This is Murphy's law. Murphy's law is a simple observation of the result of chance occurrence over a long period of time. Random events that have a constant hazard of occurrence are called Poisson processes. The design of a system must consider the possibility of the occurrences of some chance event that can have an adverse effect on safety and health. An application of the principle of worst case is seen in the specification of explosion-proof motors in ventilation system for rooms in which flammable liquids are handled. Explosion-proof motors are much more expensive than ordinary motors, and industries may resist the requirement to install explosion motors. Consider the scenario presented by a hot summer day on which a spill happens to occur. The hot weather raises the vapor level of the flammable liquid being handled. A spill at such an unfortunate time dramatically increases the liquid surface exposure, which makes the problem many times worse. The concept of defensive driving is well known to all drivers and serves to explain the principle of worst case. Design principles. Engineers have come to rely on a variety of approaches or engineering design principles to reduce or eliminate hazards. Some of these principles are listed here to stimulate thinking of various paths that can be taken in dealing with hazards, and we can reduce or eliminate hazards. These are as under: number 1, eliminate the process or cause of hazards. Number 2, substitute an alternate process or material. Number 3, guard personnel from exposure to hazard. Number 4, install barriers to keep personnel out of the area. Number 5, warn personnel with visible or audible alarms. Number 5, Number 6, use warning labels to caution personnel to avoid the hazard. Number 7, use filters to remove exposure to hazardous effluents. Number 8, design exhaust ventilation systems to deal with process effluents. Number 9, consider the human interface. So these are the principles which are listed here. By using this, we can reduce the hazards. The fourth element is analytical approach. Analytical approach deals with hazards by studying their mechanism and analyzing statistical histories and other things, which are as under: number 1, accident analysis; number 2, failure mode and effect analysis; and number 3, fault tree analysis. We have to discuss all these three one by one. Number 1, accident analysis. Accidents or incidents that may not actually have caused injuries or illness, but which should be studied to prevent their reoccurrences. Any occurrence of an unplanned, unwanted event is a data point to consider in the prevention of failure, illness, and injuries. Accidents cause analysis and subsequent dissemination of this information to the person who will be exposed to the hazards is the most effective way of preventing injuries and illnesses. Here is a case study regarding accident analysis. A worker was struck in the head and killed by the sudden movement of a large wrench used for releasing gates on the bottom of railroad hooper's car. This worker used powerful 3 to 4 foot long wrench to trip a mechanical latch on the bottom gate of the car. The wrench was supposed to be of a ratchet type so that when the gate was tripped, the tremendous weight of the bulk material in the hooper car would not suddenly force the wrench back on the worker. But for some reason, the ratchet wrench was not available, and worker had been using an ordinary rigid wrench to release the latch. Only a week before the fatality occurred, another worker had narrowly escaped the same injury when he lost control of the same wrench in the same operation. Workers are killed by conditions that had previously caused accidents or injuries to others. Accident analysis leads to a design change in a product or process. Work procedures are changed to prevent future occurrences or at least to minimize the adverse effect of these occurrences. Informing workers of the fact and cause of accidents that have already happened to their co-workers is the single most effective method of training workers to avoid injury and illnesses. Disadvantages of accident analysis is here. These disadvantage analysis include following 2 points. Number 1, It is too late to prevent any injury or loss that occurred as a result of the accident under analysis. The second disadvantage is the focus of the analysis can easily degenerate into an exercise in assigning blame or allocating legal liability. Second is failure modes and effect analysis. Reliability engineers use a method which is called failure mode and effect analysis (FMEA) to trace the effects of individual components failures on the overall or catastrophic failure of equipment. The failure modes and effect analysis become important to the safety and health manager when when the failure of a piece of equipment can result in an industrial injury or illnesses. If a piece of equipment is critical to the health or safety of employees, the safety and health manager may desire to request a report of an FMEA performed by the manufacturer. In practice, FMEA is usually ignored by safety and health managers until after an accident has occurred. Certainly, safe and health managers should at least know what the initials FMEA represent so that they are not dazzled by the term in the courtroom should equipped manufacturers use it to defend the safety of their products. Following is the sample of FMEA, failure mode and effect analysis (FMEA) for propellant power production, conducted for a generic company. In this sample, we see different fields. In the first column, we have line number. In the second column, we have item. In the third column, we have failure mode. In the next column, we have failure cause, then potential effects of this failure cause, then design safety, then hazard category, then we have recommendations, and in the final column, we have hazard category of recommendation. Number 1, general concerns. Under this heading, we have tools. Failure mode regarding tool is what? Impact initiation of energetic dust. Dropping hard metal tools with energetic powder present. What is the cause of failure? Failure cause. In this regard, using hard metal tools around energetic powder, failing to clean energetic powder spill before introducing other tools to the area. This is the failure cause. Potential effect is local fire, propagation of fire to out of place energetic powder in the area, severe personal injury. These are the potential effects. Design safety is none. Then we have hazard category 2D. What are the recommendations for this? Add to standard operating procedures. Variety that tools are clean of powder before use. And the hazard category is 2E. Next one is energetic dust on floor. Failure mode is friction, impact, initiation of energetic dust. What is the failure cause? Personal walk on dust that has fallen to the ground, contact with powder made with rock on bottom of shoe. Failure to clean shoes before entering the air. What are the potential effects? Local initiation, propagation of fire to out of place energetic powder in the area, severe personal injury. Design safety is here. Had a bar to hold on the onto while cleaning of shoes on mat just outside building. Friction TIL values for this energetic dust shows material is relatively insensitive to friction. Hazard category is 2D and recommendations are provide a mat or other means of cleaning of shoes at the entrance to all processing buildings. Add to standard operating procedures. Clean, wipe the soles of your shoes before entering a processing building. This will help ensure the shoes are conductive and that rocks or other contaminants are not brought into the building. Hazard category is 2E. The third one is explosive safety standard. What are the failure mode? Personal injury from equipment, processes, facility failures. What are the failure causes? Lack of explosive safety standards, equipment facility, process issues are not adequately addressed or protected against. What are the potential effects? Fire, explosion, facility damage, personal injury or death. Design safety is none. Hazard category is 1D. What are the recommendations? Develop explosive safety standards for the process that include facility design, facility setting, and equipment tooling specifications. Example, surface finishes and welds, materials of construction, etc. Hazard category is 2E. So this is the sample of FMEA, failure mode and effect analysis for propellant powder production, conducted for a generic company. This is also a sample of FMEA chart. You see the heading system, which is simple, subsystem, subsystem element, we have to write here, prepared by, approved by, date, revision, page 1 of 1 is here. In this sample we also have different fields. First field is item identification, then second field is function, third field is failure mode, fourth field is failure cause, fifth field is comprises of three other subfields: component or functional assembly, failure effect on component or functional assembly, next higher assembly, then system. These three are the elements of failure effect on, and second last is failure detection method, and fourth one is remark. In the first field, item identification, number 1 is switch. Function, initiate motor power function. What is its failure mode? Fails to open. This is its failure mode. Fails to open. Failure cause, release spring failure, contacts fuse. Component or functional assembly, none. Next higher assembly, maintains energy to circuit relay. System maintains energy to power circuit through relay. Failure detection method, motor continues to run. Smoke visual when power circuit wire overheats. The second item is battery number 2 relay circuit. provide relay voltage. Its function is to provide relay voltage. What is its failure mode? Fails to provide adequate power. This is its failure mode. Failure cause is depleted battery plates shorted. Component or functional assembly is what? None. Battery gets hot and depletes. Next higher assembly is fails to operate relay circuit. System. System fails to operate. What is the effect on system? System fails to operate. Failure detection method, motor not running. The third one is relay coil. Closes relay contacts when energized. This is its function. Failure mode is coil fails to produce electromotive force, EMF. Next one is failure cause, coil shorted or open. In the next field, failure effect on component or functional assembly, does not close relay contacts. Next higher assembly is does not energize power circuit. What is the effect on the system? System fails to operate. What is the failure detection method? Motor not running. Next item identification is relay contacts. What is the function of relay contacts? Energizes and de-energizes power circuit. What is the failure mode? Fails to open. Failure cause? Contacts fuse. What are the failure effects on component or functional assembly? None. Next higher assembly maintains energy to motor. What is the effect on system? Overheated power circuit wire if motor is shorted and circuit breaker fails to open. What is the failure detection method? Motor continues to run, smoke visual. Next item identification, we have motor. What is the function of motor? Provides desired mechanical power. What is the failure mode? Fails to operate. Failure cause? Motor shorted. What are the failure effects on the component or functional assembly? Motor overheats. Next higher assembly, high current in power circuit. What is the effect on the system? Overheated power circuit wire if circuit breaker fails to open and switch or relay fails. What is the failure detection method? Smoke visual. The second last item identification is circuit breaker. What is its function? Provides power circuit fusing. Failure mode is fails to open. Failure cause is contacts fused spring failure. What are the failure effect on component or functional assembly? None. Next higher assembly maintains power to motor if relay contacts are closed. What is the effects on system? Maintains energy to motor. What is the failure detection method? Motor continues to run, smoke visual. Next is battery number 1, power circuit. What is its function? Provide motor voltage. Failure mode is fails to provide adequate power. Failure causes depleted battery plates shorted. What is the failure effect on component or functional assembly? None. Battery gets hot and depleted. Next higher assembly is none. What is the effect on system? System fails to operate. What is the failure detection method? Motor not running. So this is a sample of FMEA chart. Failure mode and effect analysis in the continuation of this FMEA contents on beneficial way of using FMEA before an accident occurs is in preventive maintenance. Every component of equipment has some feasible mechanism or eventual failure. To simply use equipment until it eventually fails can sometimes have tragic consequences. For example, the wire rope on a crane or the chain links in a sling or the breakers on a forklift truck. The FMEA can direct attention to critical components that should be set up on a prevention maintenance schedule that permit parts to be inspected and replaces before failure. Fault tree analysis. Fault tree analysis concentrate on the end result, which is usually an accident or some other adverse consequences. Accidents are caused at least as often by the procedural errors or by equipment failures, and fault tree analysis consider all cases, procedural and equipment. The term fault tree arises from the appearance of the logic diagram that is used to analyze the probabilities associated with the various causes and their effects. The leaves and branches of the fault tree are the married in individual circumstances or events that can contribute to an accident. The base or trunk of the tree is the catastrophic accident or other undesirable result being studied. Here is a fault tree diagram. Before studying this diagram, we will see the different symbols of this fault tree diagram. Then we will come on this slide again. So these are different symbols. The primary event symbols are typically used as number one, basic event. You see, a basic event is a circular shaped symbol and a line is just above it. The basic event, number one, failure or error in a system. It shows failure or error in a system component or element. Example, switch stuck in open position. Switch stuck in open position. So this is a basic event. We have to show this basic event with the help of symbol number one, which is basic event symbol. Second symbol is external event. You see the symbol here, external event symbol. What is it? Normally expected to occur. Normally expected to occur, not of itself a fault. Not of itself a fault. It is normally expected to occur. The third symbol is undeveloped event. An undeveloped event is what? Undeveloped event, an event about which insufficient information is available or which is of no consequences. The next symbol is conditioning event. Conditioning event, conditions that restrict or affect logic gates. For example, mode of operation is effect. Mode of operation is effect. Next one is intermediate event. An intermediate event gate can be used immediately above a primary event to provide more room to type event description. Fault tree analysis is top 2 approach. Now we will go back on this slide which is a fault tree diagram. In this diagram you see different symbols here, different logic gates, different uh, symbols here. Number one, you see the identify undesirable top event. Number one, number one is identify undesirable top event. On number two, you see identify first level contributor. Identify first level contributor. Number three, this shows contributor to top by logic gates. Link contributor to top by logic gate. Then number four, you see identify second level contributor. Number four, identify second level contributors. And in number five, you see the link of second level contributor to top by logic gate. In number six, you see the repeat or the continue symbol. So this is a fault tree diagram, and on the left hand side you see the basic event. Leaf initiator or basic indicates limit of analytical resolution. On the left side you see this hierarchy. Again, some other symbols are here: OR gate, AND gate, exclusive OR gate, priority AND gate, inhibit gate. What are their function? The gates work as follows. OR gate, the output occurs if any input occurs. AND gate, the output occurs only if all inputs occur. Exclusive OR gate, the output occurs if exactly one input occurs. Priority AND gate, the output occurs if the input occurs in a specific sequence specified by a conditioning event. Inhibit gate, the output occurs if the input occurs under an enabling condition specified by a conditioning event. These symbols are also in the fault tree diagram. We use these symbols also. This is also a fault tree diagram in which you see a subsystem A, and different symbols are there which are representing a fault tree diagram. This is another diagram, fault tree diagram example. Fault tree analysis of hazard origins in the electrocution of workers using portable electronic drills, not double insulated. This is also a fault tree diagram example. Toxicology. Toxicology is the study of the nature and effects of poisons. Industrial toxicology concerns especially with identifying what industrial materials or contaminants can harm workers and what should be done to control these materials. Many toxicology studies are performed on animals to provide a basis for conclusions about hazards to humans. These animal studies are essential because most toxicological experiments would cause death or serious harm to human subjects. The disadvantage is that animal defenses to various toxic substances vary between species. A field that relates to both pharmacology and toxicology is pharmacokinetics. Pharmakokins meaning drug and kinetikos meaning putting in motion. Pharmacokinetics is a description of absorption, disposition, metabolism, and elimination of chemicals in the body, and is useful in both pharmacology and toxicology. Pharmacokinetics explores what the body does to the drug. It includes the study of the mechanism of absorption and distribution of an administered, administered drug, the rate at which a drug action begins and the duration of the effect, the chemical changes of the substance in the body, for example by enzymes, and the effects and routes of excretion of the metabolites of the drug. It is the important to the pharmacologist to understand how medical chemicals are handled within the body. Pharmacologist to It is important to pharmacologist to understand how medical chemicals are handled within the body. Epidemiological studies. Epidemics are usually thought of attacking a general population at a specific time in a specific geography area. When the population on only those persons who have worked with asbestos examined, it can be seen that after a long latency period, lungs fibrosis can be considered an epidemic. Occurs when a new cases of certain disease in a given human population and during a given period substantially exceed what is expected. Epidemiological studies linking lungs fibrosis to asbestos have led to the identification of a type of lung fibrosis known as asbestosis. Other epidemiological links are brown lungs, black lungs, angiosarcoma to vinyl chloride workers. Here is a case study. Hazard classification scale. Ranking or scale is needed to distinguish between serious hazards and minor ones so that rational decisions can be made to eliminate hazards on a worst first basis. OSHA does recognize four categories of hazards or standards violations as follows: imminent danger, serious violations, non-serious violations, de minimis violation. The 10-point scale is recommended because such a scale has become very popular in everyday speech. On a 10-point scale, a 10 is characterized as the worst hazard imaginable, while a 1 is least significant or mildest of the hazard. This is hazard classification scale. 3 profiles of legal designations for hazards uh, superimposed on the 10 points hazard classification scale. On the x-axis you see hazard classification scale, on y-axis you see profiles. What is profile A? Industry flavor and represents the viewpoints of some business executives. Cannot be considered an extreme position because thousands of Americans' businesses are headed by a person who believes that no government official should have right to step in and close their businesses with or without a court order, regardless of hazards. Therefore, some business executives do not recognize the legal category imminent danger. The profile A at least recognize the imminent danger category, although the profile is skewed to the right. Profile C. Profile C shows a contrasting position being skewed to the left. Some OSHA officers have demonstrated that their positions are very close to profile C. Profile C likewise is not the ultimate in the left, in the left extreme, because some people believe that any fatality or amputation hazard should be classified as serious regardless of the remoteness of the hazard. Profile B represents a middle of the road position.